who are these influencers in the B2B world? Because, there's celebrities, there's all kinds of people in the B2C world that are doing these things. But what about the role of the employee or the employee advocate in this? Is this, where do you see this as an influencer in the B2C or the B2B realm?
I mean, I'm seeing it come from everywhere. So I think like the most obvious ones are people who were basically the same people who were giving talks at B2B conferences before. Yeah. And it's kind of a good example. It's like, why would would it make sense to put on a conference for like 300 people at such a small amount? It's like, well, actually, if they're all B2B, it makes tons of sense. Right. And then there's people giving talks at those things. And some of them are consultants and they're doing it to like help educate and entertain. And then hopefully after the fact, they want someone to hire them to be a consultant. Some of them are like, founders and stuff who are telling stories of their businesses. But a lot of them are people in the job who are pushing and like, pushing the boundaries within their day-to-day work. And they're realizing like, hey, there's an opportunity if I get out there and I share what I'm learning at these conferences, then one, people will know me, and that might help with partnerships. That might help with future jobs. It might help get customers for my current business. Yeah. And two, like it is, it's a way of like getting this other recognition. And so that's always been happening. Now it's just like, I see it just flipping to the you don't have to get approval to give a talk. And that's right. Very different, right? It's like anyone can do it. So I see all different types of folks doing it. And it's really about who enjoys it. And that's kind of what it comes back to. It's like all this stuff does take a lot of work. Like you get to know influencers and they're basically like, they're working hard. They're making a lot of content. They're talking to their audiences. They're trying to figure out what are the other things that they can help with in the future. Yeah. And it's like anything else. It's like becomes a product. And so I think it really comes down to, can you feel the reward? Can you actually enjoy it? But I see it really coming from everywhere.
Do you see this? Do you see an increase in B2B influencers? Like, is this a steady thing?
I've seen a huge increase.
Yeah.
I've seen a huge increase in B2B influencers. It's kind of surprised me how much more suddenly there it seems like there is. And it's the interesting thing is it's like there's more people who are doing this they basically do it for it's I think often because they're like doing it for fun. And they do it on the nights and weekends. And then suddenly they realize like they're talking to some really niche SaaS like integration tool or something. And it takes off. Like, this is crazy. Like, why is this taking off? It's like, then they often get like some hit and they feel it. They feel the dopamine. And they're like, oh man, this is exciting.